Whew. Whew. Good grief. I put some clothes on, thinking I was gonna go for a walk or something. Cause I need to get out and get more active and not be sitting around all day. Cause that's what I do. I sit around all day. Whether I'm at work or at home, I'm sitting. Sitting at the computer working, sitting in the chair crocheting, sitting in the chair watching the television. I gotta do better. But I'm here today to talk to y'all about It Goes Down in the Villa. It goes down in the villa, eh? It goes down in the villa. It goes down in the villa, eh? In the villa, I mean Love Island. So I'm here to talk to y'all about Love Island USA, Season 5, Episodes 27 through 29, I believe. Yeah, because I did 26 and 25. So, alright, let me step back and show y'all something. This still had the tags on it. I ordered this from Fashion Nova Oceania. This, it doesn't stay, it moves. So it's not functional. I never had it on. I think I had it in my closet for the last 2 years. But, back to what we were supposed to be talking about, the villa. So, episode, should I go? No, I'm not going to go episode by episode. I'm just going to tell you. Because I don't want this to be as long as the last one. So, conversations are being had between people after that last recoupling. And, Hannah still feel away about how Keenan treated KK and talked to her. And she was saying that she was telling some of the other girls Marco would never be that disrespectful to any of them, you know. So nobody's feeling Keenan, nobody's feeling Leo, except for Johnny. She's still feeling Leo. So they have like this movie night, right? And at this movie night, it's the guys versus the girls. So it's different titles up on the marquee, the makeshift marquee. They were gonna get text messages with questions. And the first team to give them the correct or closest to the correct answer is going to win, and they get to choose what they off the marquee, what they want to see. I said, oh Lord, this is about to be drama. But when they said when they first told them that it was about to be movie night, Keenan had the intuition that the video was going to play about with things that happened in the villa while the girls was at Casa Amor. So he pulls KK to the side and explaining to her some more about everything. Talking about he letting her know everything that happened or whatever, so that she won't see nothing and be surprised or be even more hurt, because he tired of her hurting. So he says. And she's like, yeah, I feel like you just coming to me because you already know that if something gonna get revealed that you didn't tell me. You're like, no, I told you everything. I'm like, you're a liar. The girls are sitting there, so they watching these clips. So one of the clips we see is the hideaway. We see Destiny go to sleep on Zay, and Taylor and Bergie have something, do a little something in the hideaway. We saw that. Whole time they playing these videos, Johnny's sitting back, eating her popcorn, just eating it and looking like shit won't hit the fan, basically. And she just sitting back eating her popcorn, enjoying the sparks in the show. So we also get a clip of Leo and Johnny, what happened between them. And Cassie felt away, and she asked Johnny a question, and then them two started comparing notes, and they realized he telling them both different things. He told Cassie he regretted it, which I felt like he really did, but he didn't want to hurt Johnny's feelings since she put herself out there, and he had her thinking that he didn't regret a thing and that he really wanted to make something with her. But we all know, no, you don't. You really want another shot with Cassie. Like, you feel stupid about how you treated her. So that happens. Then we get to see the clip of Keenan and Naja in the bed, and other stuff that was said in the moments when he said his thing was hard. We didn't see it the first time, but in these clips we saw he had told her to hold it. And then when they was in the bed that night, they did more than some cuddling, and he didn't immediately push her away and move. He allowed her to play with him for a little bit. We also saw, and when they showed that, KK got upset even more, and she like, but she tried to say she feel numb. She been hurt so much, she don't know how to feel. She numb at this point. So then we see Mike and Hannah. I think she's Hannah O, which is Marco's ex. Mike and Destiny did have a conversation about perhaps pursuing each other, getting to know each other again. Tell me why him and Hannah and they doing mutual masturbation on each other. That's what it looked like to me in that video. And so Destiny felt the way about it. So she starts questioning Hannah. Mike jumps in and says, and deflects. He was like, how can you be upset and questioning somebody about their personal business, what they chose to do, when we weren't even closed off with one another? You know, we weren't closed off, and I'm sitting right next to the dude you brought back from Casa Amor, so. And I was like, dang, he right, but still. So that whole thing was a mess. That whole thing ended with everybody being even madder at Leo. Even Destiny upset with Mike. And Zay is upset with her because Zay said, I came here for you, but yet and still, you still concerned about what Mike did and what he doing now. Like, what the hell? So he fell away. But you knew that when you coming in. Oh no, she didn't really let you know. She kind of kept it vague. So I will give you that, Zay. She kept it vague. So that happens. Everybody reeling from that. We see Armani have a conversation with Kyle. She told Kyle, it's okay, this thing over, it's dead, it's done. And it was like, she said her piece, but she didn't give him the chance to say his piece, which was wrong. But she just cut him off at the pass, because I guess she didn't want to hear the BS, what she assumed was going to be some BS. Because she was saying that, he was all over her and really acting like he was really feeling her, trying to explore their connection. And then he got to that dang on villa, and he wasn't putting no effort whatsoever into her. So basically, he used her. He just wanted to get into the villa. I think he liked the white girls and the ambiguous looking girls, if you ask me. So, she walks away from him, and she goes and tells the girls how she felt about it or whatever. Leo's still doing little things trying to win Cassie back. Cassie had a conversation with Johnny, and they compared notes even more. And she just let her know that I'm going to explore my connection with Mattea. I'm not even worried about Leo no more, or whatever. So the cast gets a text. The text said that there's going to be America has been voting for their favorite islander, and the people who weren't the faves, the people in the bottom, they at risk for going home. And they said the theme for the night was Red Wedding. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know what the Red Wedding was. It was blood all over the dance floor. It was a massacre. So I already know that it's about to be a massacre with these votes and everything, and we're going home. I knew it was going to be a lot of people going home because there was too many people in there. They had 8 boys. They had 4 boys and 4 girls being at the bottom, at risk of being put out of the villa. So the votes came in. The people at the bottom. Wait a minute, no, before that, Armani goes up to Bergie, tells Bergie that she still want to explore the connection that them two shared, because she still like him. Girl, what? At this point, it's giving Amani. You trying to link with Bergie because you see Bergie got it in and he ain't going home and you want to just stay. I feel like you got the money on your mind, trying to win the money at the end. And Bergie is the best person to try to get at because he's, see him as somebody that's not confident and he can keep you there, you know what I'm saying? If you be good to him, he gonna fight for you to stay. Another thing I want to mention, you know what's funny to me? Carmen went up to Leo and dug in his ish about how he was treating uh, Johnny and Cassie. And she felt he was wrong. And he wasn't truthful about his feelings. But you kind of did the same thing to Bergie. Before you even met Kenzo, before Kenzo even came, when who was it? It was another guy there. What was his name? The Italian guy. What's his name? Victor? I think his name was Victor. When you was with him and Bergie was all into you, and you found out the things and Bergie kept running to you and telling you what Victor was saying. You believed what Bergie was saying and everything, and you was confronting Victor, and you left it ambiguous and vague with Bergie, making him think he had a chance with you, and all in all, you was never into Bergie like that, and you waited till he voted for you to stay because you was on your way out, and the guys listened to him and let you stay because he thought he had a chance with your ass. And then once you got back, when you got your chance to stay and you got back in the house, that's when you just came clean and told him now you feel a way about the fact that he was pumping you up to go and confront Victor. Like, no. You did to Bergie what Leo did to Johnny and Cassie, but in a different way. So you did the same thing. All of y'all doing the same stuff to each other. It's just that when you want to receive it and you want to act like you the biggest victim. And I'm not going to say all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are doing the same thing to each other. Keenan did it to KK, and when KK had her chance, he don't do this, don't do that. You got all these rules and shit, but there's no rules when you want to be open and see some girls and explore with other girls. Like, y'all got y'all nerve. Y'all really got y'all nerve. And Carmen, like I said, you did the same thing. But anyway, Imani goes to Bergie and she tell Bergie that she interested. And he was honest. He was like, but he really into Taylor, and he just gonna keep exploring that. He immediately went and told Taylor. No, before he told Taylor, he went to try to have a conversation with Hannah and Marco to get their thoughts on it. And they was busy. While everybody outside, they was trying to do a little something in the room. So he left them to be, and then that's when he went and pulled up Taylor and told Taylor what Imani said to him. So anyway, we get to this night, the red wedding of Love Island. Sarah comes in. Sarah energy is very serious. She not jokey, and they all notice it. And it's crazy that just before Sarah walked in, the boys did a toast, and Mike was the first one to toast. And I felt like that was foreshadowing. I said to myself, you the one speaking about enjoying the last night here and living it up and everything. I said, your ass gonna be the one that's being at risk of going home. So the America votes. The four people at the bottom are both of the Taylors are at the bottom. Hannah O and Johnny. For the guys, the first one that get called up is Keenan. I was like, oh wow, I expected it. He expected it too. So it was Keenan, Leo, Zay. Keenan, Leo, Zay. And who was the other guy? It wasn't Mattia. Because I feel like what was crazy to me is the fact that all of the girls that were VIPs were the ones in the bottom for the women. And two guys that had been there there it is. It was Zay, Mike, Keenan, and Leo at the bottom for the guys. The first girl they said was out was Maddie. Maddie. Hannah. Hannah O, which was Marco's ex-girl. And Mike was just looking like, wow, or whatever. So they tell her to go sit on the bench somewhere in the back. And she does that, and then when that happened, I said, alright, if she go, they probably gonna send Mike too, or whatever. Next thing you know, when they come to the guys, the first guy that they said was leaving was Keenan, and everybody was shook. And as soon as Sarah said that, KK stands up and says, well, if he's leaving, I'm going to leave too. I came here to find a connection, and he is my connection. I'm going home with him. And I'm like, girl. Yo, I'm a hopeless romantic too. But she is so into Keenan, it's crazy. And the fact that if the shoe was on the other foot, Keenan ass was not going to leave. He would have stayed there and explored connections with other people. He wouldn't have left like KK left with him. So KK decides she leaving, and everybody upset. The girls are crying, boo-hooing, because they all still feel like she deserved better. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention, when they had the movie night, one of the things was Mean Girls, and that's when we heard Carmen and Hannah talking shit about saying that they felt like Leo was too good for Cassie, and Keenan ain't shit, KK need to get over Keenan, and all that kind of stuff. And then after the fact, Carmen apologized to Cassie and said, after that, I really liked you after I got to know you, and after you went through what you went through with Leo, like, I really like you. And she said, see, Leo, you see how I was riding for you in that clip? But I mean, I ain't riding for you no more, because I think what you did was fucked up. So that all happened, and I was like, wow, I can't believe KK went home with Keenan ass. So when they said Keenan was one of the ones that was going to be out, I automatically knew that they was going to keep Johnny and Leo, because they the ones who providing the drama right now. Johnny, Leo, and Cassie are providing the drama right now. If Keenan and KK gone, that's like a drama or something going on that we ain't gonna have no more. So the show won't be boring. I knew that they was gonna stay. So they end up staying. Mike gets voted out. He goes home. And the other girl that gets voted out is Taylor. And it's the Taylor that was coupled up with Jonah. They had, as a matter of fact, they had decided earlier that day that they wanted to be closed off. And they decided that before they knew that there was going to be something with Sarah that night or whatever. And once they said that Taylor was out, Jonah stood up and was like, yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave with her. I've got a connection with her that I haven't found with nobody else here. And I want to explore it, so I'm going to leave with her. So we get KK, Keenan, Mike, Hannah, Jonah, Taylor, all gone. Everybody else stayed. I was like, wow. Then they play a game. The next day they play a game. It's like a football game. You got to spin on a swivel, catch some footballs, and then they had like them big balloon things that you knock down and they pop back up. So the boys got to catch the footballs, knock the things down, and then go and pick up a girl and put her under the waterfall and kiss her. It seemed to me that a lot of them was wanting to kiss Johnny. Mattea went for Johnny. Mattea went for Johnny, if I'm not mistaken, during this challenge. And also, Zay went for Johnny. Zay and Destiny kind of like had a conversation before this. And then she tried to go up to him at night. And she was like basically the rabbit got the gun kind of thing. And he told her he gonna be open and explore other connections. And she got upset. But it's like, how you gonna get upset? Like he said, like, you was putting more into what happened with Mike and Hannah than what was going on with you and I. And now I'm growing out connection, so why would I sit up there and keep following you around like a puppy dog? I'm gonna explore other connections. So we saw that. So Mattea had a conversation with Johnny too, and was telling her he into her, and he's into her and all that kind of stuff. And he was gonna pull Leo to the side. He was gonna have a conversation with Leo. So we see him go pull Leo for a conversation. This is Mateo. And that's when the girls were sitting there and they seen it and they like, what's going on? And then that's when Johnny told him, like, well, he told him he was gonna pull Leo for a convo and tell him that he ain't fighting for Cassie no more. He bowing out gracefully, and he could and Leo could pursue Cassie all he want to see if he can get her back. And he was gonna pursue me. And Cassie ain't like that, so she went and said something to them. Like, don't make me a transaction. And then she pulled Mateo and was talking to him. And I was just like, she was like, I'm not, like, y'all don't get to choose, or whatever. So, that all happened. Bergie gets some kisses from Imani, and they vote Bergie the best quarterback, or whatever. We see Destiny ain't really got no connection with nobody at this point. She just there. She tried to make it work with Zay. She talking about she all in on him, but Zay over it already, it seems like. We see Kyle say that he trying to get with Johnny because she look at it, she hot. I said, you just wanted to get in the house to see what was over there. That's all it was. You played Imani, or whatever, for a hot second, but she know better now. But anyway, Leo getting help from other people to set up something nice because he trying to do whatever he can do to win Cassie back. At one point before KK left, he wrote on Cassie's mirror. Johnny saw it and she felt the way. She was like, he is such a manipulator and this and that and so forth. And it's like, you saying that, yeah, he probably is manipulating her and all that kind of stuff. But you not saying it out of genuineness. You saying it because you the one that got the short end of the stick. Because you came in there and slept with him on the fucking second day. Or the first night or whatever. And you feel stupid because he going back to the one he was trying to get back, fighting hard for, showing up for. The one he was with before he slept with you. So you feel away, you know. And granted, you got every right to. You got every right to feel away. But anyway, after all that kind of stuff happened, they have this conversation. And Cassie and Mattel have the conversation or whatever. And Leo goes and tries to set up a romantic evening. He got Hannah making drinks. He didn't wrote a poem. Kenzo going to recite the poem and speak in Spanish at the end. He got all this stuff set up. And while she in the room, like the dressing room, Cassie gets a text message and it said, hey, I'm Scott. Come meet me out front for dinner. So she leaves, she slips out without anybody knowing. And she meets a guy named Scott, and he cute. He's from the UK version of Love Island. And he came to America to try to see if he could find love here. So he has a date with Cassie. And everybody is outside in the villa, and they looking like, where's Cassie? The girl's like, we haven't seen her for at least an hour and a half. And the guys are like, what? And so, jokingly, Johnny tells Leo, she left. She packed up and she left. He was like, oh, you playing, or whatever. And it's like, all right, so now you feel like you could joke about it or whatever, in a sense. But yeah, she out there having a date with Scott. The episode goes off, and we see that coming up, we're going to see that Scott guy going to also have a date with Imani. I forget, I don't know which way is the right way to say it. Imani, one of the two. But yeah, he gonna have a date with her as well. And some more things about to go down. But I'm thinking that, because they call the guy Scott a bombshell. But I'm thinking after Scott, it might be one more female coming, or two more females coming. And then after that, it's gonna be, the couple's gonna be locked in. And it's just gonna be them for what, a week or two, making it work until we vote or the votes come in for who the best ones and who gonna win the money. But yeah, there is a whole mess. It is drama. But like I said, I knew once they said Keenan was leaving, I said, Keenan leaving, they definitely finna keep Leo in here. I don't think America's Votes Matter. I think the show was engineered by the producers. And another thing that's engineered by the producers, before I go, Bergie. Who he related to on the engineering team? I mean, on the producer team. Because how is it that he keeps sliding through? People feel that sorry for Bergie. They do. Somebody tell me. Because I don't. I don't feel that sorry for him. Like, he should have been gone a long time ago. A very long time ago. And I feel like either he is somebody that worked on the production side before he got to be in front of the camera on the show, or he related to somebody on the production, and it's being engineered for him to go to the end and for him to win the money. That's what I'm telling y'all. Watch. Mark my words. He gonna go to the end, and he gonna be the one that win the money. Watch what I tell y'all. The only way he gonna be out is if he say that I wanna leave. Watch what I tell y'all. And with that, peace. I see y'all in the next review. But we'll try to enjoy this hot ass day. Y'all have a good one. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others. Treat people the way you want to be treated and your loved ones to be treated. We need more kindness in this world. The world is very, very dark these days. People just killing people and robbing people, just doing all kinds of things. Be kind. And with that, I'm gone for real. Peace out, y'all. Till next time.